Good evening and welcome to our regular Sunday live stream where we take a look at all things mainstream media. We're, as always, about 10 minutes late starting, so I do apologise for that. I do want to do a quick audio check, and of course I'll start by saying a hello to Joker Man and Uncle Ben. I love that name, by the way, Uncle Ben. Obviously a play on of the cooking sauce, is it? Uncle Ben cooking sauces, as far as I know. As always, on a Sunday night. Right, let me just check audio's playing 1 second. I'll give you a bit of music. Okay, yeah, audio sounds good. And I think we'll lose the background music now, as otherwise I could easily completely forget to turn it off and it drowns me out for the rest of the stream. Hopefully we can see the live chat alright. Do I need to make the thumbnail a bit dimmer? Hopefully that helps. Yeah, Russell Brand is the main topic of tonight's stream. It's one of those stories which is quite close to what I predicted. I did suggest that at some point, I never mentioned Russell Brand to be honest, but what I saw coming was a story about Orlando Bloom, another Hollywood actor, also married to Katy Perry, and I thought it would come out that due to some of the videos we watched, like where he just seems like a bit of a sleazeball, you know, laughing at her as she gets out of a hot car and has to do a dance. If you've ever looked at their Instagram account, Orlando Bloom, yeah, there's some weird, crazy stuff on those sites. But as mainstream press goes, it turned out it wasn't Orlando Bloom who they've done a kind of, I don't know if you call it character assassination or just made up, possibly, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, if I've not... Another thing I regularly do on a Sunday night is release a video. Longer ones I do Premiere, which but this one's only like 3 minutes long, so I'm just gonna stick it up tonight at some point. I'm not sure, about 11 o'clock. I know I said I was going to do it last week. We had a video, I can't remember what we uploaded last week, about Stu Peters. And, or was that September? Thursday. And I ended up not actually publishing the video till the next morning. So at some point in the next 24 hours, yeah, you can expect this video. Philip's Femme Familiarity. If you are subscribed to my other channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, then you might well have come across this. It was just one I made about another celebrity, not as high profile as Russell Brand, but certainly a big name. Another one that got shamed for his deviances, shall we say. And hang on, I will of course be keeping a look at the live chat tonight. Yes, so this video will be coming up. If you haven't already had a chance to see it, it will be being released on this channel in the next 24 hours. I mean, I can put a link to it now and you can go and watch it because it's unlisted. I'll put that in the live chat. Ready? Philip, out of interest, Uncle Ben. Oh yeah, he made rice. Of course they did. Out of interest, are you in this part of the world? Are you in the United Kingdom? Because if not, you might not know who Philip Schofield is. KG, I believe you're from the United States, aren't you? Am I right in thinking you're also... Yeah, I'm curious whether you're familiar with this person, Philip Schofield. In this part of the world, he was part of a very high-profile... basically all the celebrities suddenly turn on them. If we look at the headlines, you wouldn't... Hang on, this wasn't it. Where was it? Yeah, here we've got people like Rod Stewart coming out and saying, oh yeah, I was furiously blasted Russell Brand, because, you know, we all knew he was a scumbag, really. None of us obviously mentioned it. And something to do with his daughter. Of course, Russell Brand was slagged off for his, you know, disrespectful language to the actor from Dad's Army. Nope, it was Fawlty Towers. I can't remember the name. Basil Fawlty and Manuel, the guy who played Manuel. Yeah. Do I believe Russell Brand has really gone... I mean, perhaps he is an absolute deviant. I'm not going to suggest that whoever turns up for these YouTube videos isn't. Probably... I'm not sure. At the start of Russell Brand's career, I believe he was... yeah, he did some very weird, creepy videos, which most people... just before he became high profile, like, some of the videos I've seen of him was he allowed someone to stick a stiletto up his backside, and there was all these other weird, crazy things he took part in on in front of a camera. You know, more or less pornography, pretty much, some kind of weird, sick pornography. At least that's how it looked. Yeah, this is what this guy was all about. Every part of his act was about how sleazy he was. There are definitely people, I imagine there'll be people in tonight's chat sometimes, come out and say about this guy, FTM, I could say, or a few letters. I'm not sure about that. I mean, he looks like he's got an Adam's apple. You know, absolutely many of the celebrities put in front of us are a long way from what they seem. Is that the case with this guy? I'm not sure. I do think a lot of these celebrities have so many doubles and extras that can step in and play the part, and they can project faces now so easily, digitally, you know, make someone look like this guy. So, yeah, is it, you know, I'd be curious to know whether you guys think or have ever had any interactions with this person. I've certainly never met him, but he's involved in the sort of deceptions this guy is involved in. Married to Katy Perry. Actually, and she is a massive fabricator. Well, they use this person as a massive fabricator. Apparently, Russell Brand called her a trans. It was Random Games, who we sometimes see in the live chat, sent me a link to this article or video where Russell Brand's quoted as claiming Katie isn't what she seems. Hello to Into the Break, lovely to see you in the chat, thanks for tuning in. Blocked Brand on Rumble, they push him. Have had him blocked on YouTube since 2018 when he came out podcasting Truth. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I was kind of suckered in a little bit. I did watch Russell Brand back when he, leading up to a general election, and he was like, you know, I certainly believed what he said. Didn't understand, like, you know, he's got 33 on his arm. It's a blatant reference to, would we say Freemasonry? Or is it more than just Freemasonry? I'm not sure. But these news articles are absolutely covered with numbers, numerology, symbology. It constantly comes up. Once you know what you're looking for, it's impossible not to see it. Right, Katy Perry, of course, is married to Orlando Bloom. Yeah, I'll show you the video that I'll try and find it anyway. It's very strange. If you've not seen it yourself, Kate pregnant. and she was in the back of a car, and they start forcing her to get out of the car, and you know, she's supposed to be a heavily pregnant woman, and here's her cruel, mean husband forcing her to do a humiliating, ridiculous dance. This was kind of why I wondered if they were going to go with the story that Orlando Bloom was an abusive husband. Still might happen, we'll see. That would be another Englishman who went to Hollywood and also happened to marry Katy Perry, we'll see. Oh, of course, we've got to watch an advert first. That gives me an opportunity to look at the live chat. Uncle Ben, Andrew Sachs was the person from Fawlty Towers. You're absolutely right. Thank you for filling us in on that. And Jokerman says, on Deception Detective Channel, he thinks he is lying on the 3-minute video. Oh, hang on. Which 3-minute video would that be, out of interest? Uncle Ben said he watched The Truth too, then he had Ed Miliband on. Yeah, that was the turning point for me as well. Once this guy who told you, you know, whether you vote Labour or Conservative, you're just voting for the same team. A lot of people pointed out to me that Russell Brand was a Fabian. I'm not sure if you've come across that term. A Fabian being something to do with Labour, a Labour think tank, or that's what they're listed as. And it's got a reference to the white dog that he uses on his YouTube channel. Right, anyway, this is the video that I saw, which made me believe Orlando would get the kind of treatment we're seeing Russell get. And we also saw Philip Schofield get, which, by the way, my upcoming video is about Philip Schofield. Right, let's... Can we hear it? We need audio. Just based on this, what we're seeing, sorry, every time I pause it, we get this terrible overlay, so we'll just have to live with that. What we're seeing at the moment, I'll let you watch it through, and then we'll work out what we're seeing afterwards. I'll shut up for 1 second. I'm sorry, I can't watch any more of that absolute nonsense. How it appears at the beginning, we'll watch it back with the audio muted. What it looks like, an absolutely knackered out, heavily pregnant Katy Perry being forced to get out of the car by her husband. I mean, who would put a heavily pregnant woman through this sort of thing? And then she reveals her stomach. Hang on, why haven't we got this on full screen? And it all becomes apparent. Oh, for goodness sakes. I'm going to get it. Hang on. Right. Ugh. You can clearly see that's nothing like a human pregnant stomach. The whole thing's a joke, especially when she goes over clutching her stomach. And this is a hilarious ultrasound of her unborn daughter. Goodness me. What's hilarious about that? I assume that was her first baby, but okay. So yeah, that's the sort of person Russell Brand is associated with. Someone that wears a fake plastic pregnancy tummy and is in no way pregnant, puts out hilarious ultrasound videos. By hilarious, do they mean hilariously fake? Oh right, it is hilariously fake because they've got it dancing. That's a bit of a giveaway if you ask me. I think they're saying, look, we're we're photoshopping the crap out of these images you're going to see of my baby. So let's start early. Straight from the ultrasound, we will CGI it. And perhaps some people might even believe that the ultrasound showed her baby dancing around like that. But yeah, not a believable thing. So absolutely no way will I believe the press when they tell us that the latest on Russell Brand: police urge victims to come forward as comedian denies allegations of rape. Serious accusation. Interestingly enough, the anonymous victims all didn't go to a police station. They went to a TV program or a media outlet to, you know, by coming forward, they don't mean give your information to the police. They mean come forward and give an interview to This Morning, Philip Schofield, or, you know, just like the victims of, let me think of the guy's name, Jimmy Savile, for example. His victims were, of course, interviewed on daytime television. So, yeah, why they do this with their celebrity figures? They build them up and then they knock them down when they want to. Not all of them. Perhaps they won't knock Orlando Bloom down. We'll see. But I'm personally of the opinion that Orlando is someone that's sold his image rights. Therefore, they can do what they want with them. This video here, just a hint at, you know, CGI. This is exactly what we're looking at. Oh, hang on. Yeah, this is supposed to be these two, Orlando and Katie, next to each other. I'm going to say he wasn't even in the same room with her. Look how out of proportion his head is. I don't know. And those teeth look paper, plastic? I'm not sure. They don't look human. Better than some celebrity teeth I've seen. Yeah, they've just... I'm going to say that very short clip of them, which... I mean, how many videos of you with your partner do you have to edit? Is it that unnatural? Are there so many takes required to be taken that they can't even, you know, put their heads next to each other? Yeah, strange goings on in the world of celebrities, in the world of Russell. I think it's going to be presented by a, yeah, as I said, is it Dispatches or something? Or a load of media outlets have got together and done an investigation into Russell. And that's how, yeah, that's going to be a big story. If it's not actually, you know, let's say the stories, I don't know, who knows. KG agrees that's absolutely a moon bump. You are correct. Uncle Ben, apparently she is John Benet Ramsey. Yeah, I have seen those comparisons. Perhaps I'll bring one up in a second. Yeah, there is a lot of things suggesting that she absolutely is John Benet. You are correct. Right. Let's, I'll just scroll through the chat a minute. Can I scroll through the on-screen live chat? Let's see. Interact. Does it let me do it? Nope. Not at all. Okay. I would like to keep up with it though. Yeah, I haven't seen this 3-minute video, Joker Man. Perhaps you... his video response. Brilliant. I didn't know he'd made one, to be honest. What the story I had read, and I thought it interesting that a few months back, there was a soap star who was accused by someone of some sort of, you know, I believe it was rape. They were suggesting that a soap star in their 20s was being accused of, but they never released the name. We never found out who it was, as far as I know. I don't believe it leaked on the internet or anything. And hang on, let me just, yeah, so we'll absolutely have a look at the 3-minute response video then. I wasn't aware there was one. That is a good suggestion. Do we want to see the comparison between JonBenet Ramsey? I'm sure you've all seen him before. And again, another horrible, sick story. Which, if it is the same person, how disgusting that. What a horrible story to make up about somebody. You know, just in general. But these images do look ridiculously photoshopped. I mean, I've got to bear in mind we're looking at like ridiculously sensitive material, and yet it was all played out in front of cameras. This whole thing was, you know, if you're not familiar with JonBenet Ramsey, look them up. But they absolutely has been suggested that Katie and John are indeed one and the same. I'll let you check that out for yourself. I want to see Russell Brand's response though. Let's see. Okay, videos. Right, yeah, hopefully the audio plays back okay on this. Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm not sure. Yeah, I am hoping actually to share the links to these videos, but do you think there'll ever come a time where The Independent play back one of my videos? Do you think that'll ever happen? Not a chance. Not a bit of it. Yeah, this live stream will never be mentioned by The Independent. I promise you that. Russell Brand's video, wow, big news. Everyone wants to hear it. We'll see how much of it we can tolerate. Hang on, I'll watch it on YouTube because I do want to try and share links to... What? Okay, it's not on YouTube actually. Yeah, as I often say, where possible, any videos we look at, particularly on YouTube, I will try and share the links to in the description, if not in the live chat. I know I haven't even put a link to my video that's coming up later yet. So let me just put that in the live chat now while I'm thinking about it. Philip Sco video. It's currently unlisted, so you are free to watch it already if you want. Right, that advert's still going on, goodness me. That goes on for a long time. Jokerman says, never liked all the new age stuff he went on about. Yeah, I know he claims to be very spiritual. We will watch this in 1 second. And, you know, he has tattoos of Yahushua HaMashiach. And he claims the reason he's got the 33 tattooed on his wrist is because it's the date that our Messiah supposedly died, which, yeah, read the Holy Scriptures. There is no mention that Yahushua was killed at age 33, not at all. It does suggest he was in his 30s, but yeah, that's got nothing to do with the reason Russell has a 33 tattooed on his arm. If you're not familiar with the importance or relevance of 33, then I would point you in the direction of the Russian Vids channel. They Live Truth, as they're now called. Okay, let's hear what his response is. See how much we can tolerate. that isn't what Russell does. Sorry, I am going to play it through, but I am going to stop every so often and give a bit of commentary. Russell doesn't really critique the news. He is the news. He's part of it. He's part of this world that, well, yeah, he backs it up completely, as far as I'd say. I mean, someone claimed he came out and said Katy Perry was a trans. That was Random Games, a supporter of this channel, by the way, who let me know, who sent me the link. I'd have to find it again though. But when you read it, it depends what context you want to take it in. Jokerman says he never denies it and blames the Matrix like Tate. See, what I thought he was going to do was blame, say that because he's anti-establishment, which he's completely controlled. When you look at Alex Jones, David Icke, this guy is right up there. He rubs shoulders with the best of them. He probably attended lockdown marches, protests, where everyone assembled on the Sabbath day in London and marched. I wouldn't be surprised if he was there. Okay, let's hear what he says. He seems very relaxed about it. He doesn't seem in the least bit bothered that his career is about to, you would think, come crashing down. But maybe he's just confident. Didn't I just say that? Sorry to keep interrupting. I want to check it's playing back, alright? Didn't I just say that? I hope you're hearing... Hang on. I hope you're hearing him talking. Huh, doesn't look like you are. I'd be interested also, yeah, an audio check. What's going on? Right, my apologies. We haven't been getting audio from the desktop, so sorry about that for all the videos we've been watching. If you did let me know in the live chat, yeah, I didn't see it. I'm sorry to say. We will, however, hear it. We'll give Russell a couple of minutes to start talking.
Hello there, you Awakening Wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks.
At this point, do you know what my response would be? Well, send the police, until the police accuse you of any of these things, who cares what the press says? Yeah, as he said, he is the news on this occasion. Right, I'll let him carry on.
Attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute.
Make sure he's got his 33 waving around as he says that. Also, these deities on the wall, yeah, they make me feel sick. I would not, out of choice, be in a room with such graven images. But I guess that's his choice.
Rock attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent.
When he said trans, did anyone else think he was going to say something different? I'm not sure. He does, to be fair, when I look at Russell Brand, the first thing I think isn't, oh, that's a woman. But we'll come on to that subject if, anyone is suspicious about this guy. And thanks for letting me know, Jokerman and Uncle Ben, and anyone else that might have pointed it out, that there was no audio on my desktop. I knew I was supposed to check that. Yeah, Jokerman says, yeah, where are the police? But, okay, it would just be very strange. How can anyone accuse this, who goes to the press before they go to the police about a story like this? It's ridiculous.
About it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of, and we saw a spate of headlines.
Oh my goodness, Joe Rogan, what a scumbag. Yeah, this is about, right, I consider Russell Brand to be what you call a safety net for anyone that might not believe what goes on the news. When you hear the stories that you hear constantly forced on you, when you start thinking, hang on, could it be this is all just propaganda, just rubbish, just a distraction, just something to keep us looking at deities rather than I don't know, this Sabbath breakers, that's all I can call them, and that's what they're all about anyway.
From media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth, Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of new...
Yeah, because Russell's always refuting the, say, moon landing, for example, or suggesting space is fake and that everything NASA present us is all CGI. Never heard him say that. That's what you would consider a conspiracy theorist. That's what popular opinion would consider a conspiracy theorist. So long as you're suggesting a conspiracy is actually taking place and not... Okay, whatever.
News media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices.
They are absolutely controlled, Russell. You are completely one of the cogs. Right, how much longer has this video got?
And I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my...
Could. How easily could this face be CGI'd on, by the way? I'll just put that out there. I mean, obviously, yeah, as much as Russell Brand could be a paid actor, I would also, someone obviously turns up to act as Russell, so I'm not disputing that the guy exists, as it were.
I stand up to...
But everything put in the mainstream press about him will 100% be a script. Just like he's reading a script now. He's not panicked, he's not angry, he's not, he's not keeping quiet. Why would you even acknowledge such an accusation until, before even the police interview you about it? Okay, we'll see.
Talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack.
There are no witnesses, by the way. There are no victims either. They're all anonymous. Could be absolutely anyone. Could make anything up at this stage. By the way, yeah, Jokerman says gatekeeper, and Uncle Ben points out if he's discredited in the mainstream media, it might appear to give him more credibility as a genuine truther, because the mainstreams, yeah, no genuine truther will ever get these sorts of headlines. Let's see, every media outlet covering, oh hang on, if we just search Russell Brand, he is in every single media outlet. I'm not sure how far spread it goes. I mean, he did work in the United States. I suppose he is known in America. He's been married about well, I thought he'd been, yeah, he's been linked with loads of, suspect people. Apparently, he was in a relationship with one of the presenters or the family of one of Sky News presenters. One of their family was in a relationship with him. Yeah, KG says human ritual. It certainly is a ritual. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, no genuine truther will get this sort of publicity. No genuine truther, I wouldn't say would appear in a Hollywood film, because you can get extras that get these roles, but yeah, he's part of the production. And again, most people accused of such a thing, I mean, how slanderous is it, without even reporting him to the police to suggest some of the activities? I don't know. It's crazy. When it happened, as I said, to an actor on Coronation Street, they were able to... No, we don't know what soap it was. They never announced that. All they said was a soap actor in their 20s has been, is going to be missing from the soaps while he answers, undergoing an investigation of, abuse or something. And they never released or revealed who it was, as far as I know anyway. However, Russell and his, I'm sure he can afford good lawyers, solicitors, people that can get injunctions out against such slanderous accusations as what they've done here. It's absolutely insane. See, again, anything the BBC has to do an urgent inquiry over. I mean, how ridiculous. This guy turns up at the Olympics, didn't he? How much more establishment can you get? At no point is this person anti-establishment. Not a freaking second. Well, again, more weird stuff didn't he? I mean, how embarrassing for Olympic... Right. And again, wasn't Russell... Didn't he interview everyone's favourite abuser, Jimmy Savile? Right. Richard Brand told Richard Beacon that the Olympic closing ceremony was more than a spectacle. He said it was not a time to be sad that the games were over, but to celebrate a sense of community and love that they represented. He featured in the closing ceremony on top of a multicoloured bus. I thought he was meant to be the child catcher. I could be wrong. Is there no footage of it? Have they wiped it from the internet? Is it that much of an embarrassment that this person took part in the Olympic Games ceremony that it's nowhere to be found? How annoying. I mean, he talks about it, but... Right, images. I'm sure there's at least a photograph of him doing it. There we go. I think... It says he was Willy Wonka. No, I didn't. I thought he was a different character. I'm not sure. Maybe I got that wrong. Who knows? Right. Yeah, all this mainstream media is making me feel sick, so I'm gonna start shutting down in a minute. Okay, maybe I got that wrong about him being the child catcher. I don't know, but... Yeah, actually, when I first, as I said, Russell Brand being a safety net for anyone that looks beyond the news and says, oh, is mainstream press a load of crap? And the first person they come across are people like Russell Brand and David Icke. Yeah, Joe Klein says he interviewed Jimmy Savile. Absolutely. I wonder if that will be readily, easy to find. Because you would think, hang on, it's 1 hour, isn't it? If you were in the, you were a celebrity. Oh my goodness. Russell Brand offered to take naked assistant to Jimmy Savile. How crazy. Let's see, interview. Yeah, if you were trying to make it up and coming, wouldn't you want any video of you talking to someone such as Jimmy Savile completely wiped from the internet? It would be a huge embarrassment. Okay, I don't know if there's... Looks like it was a radio interview, so they were never in the room together. Ricky Gervais and Russell Brand, God versus Atheism. Yeah, by the way, this person, Ricky Gervais, if he's anything, he's a Satan worshipper. He's not an atheist. Don't make that mistake. Again, someone else who makes it into Hollywood movies, another Satanist. The TV screens are full of them. Okay. I will have a quick look at the live chat, and we are going to start wrapping up. Jokerman says, soon AI deepfakes will be everywhere and we'll need biometric ID. By deepfakes, I agree on the internet, 100% deepfakes are everywhere. Out in public, well, yeah, on that subject of... Who knows? But I mean, what good is biometric tracking people biometrically when any time a person wants, they can say, do you know what? Yeah, I've been Chris for the last 40 odd years of my life. Tomorrow I'm going to identify as Christina, and I'm going to wear a dress, grow my hair long, get my birth certificate changed, be legally recognised as a female. Easy as that. Apparently that's all you've got to do is just go to a doctor and they'll give you a note, and the polling stations, or not polling stations, the registry offices, they have to change them. They got no choice. Before we go, I'll just look at this one last thing. Oh, I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't Russell Brand, I know that much. It was... This wasn't it. Anyway, yeah, apparently this baby had a strange condition. This wasn't one-eyed symbolism, of course. Get their symbols in. And this baby's got blatant doll eyes. This wasn't what I wanted to look at. I just want to just show you before we wrap up. You can't really see it, but for some reason, this, the eyes are here. The whites of the eyes... Nope, no whites on this side. I mean, it did have... Yeah. Unless they swapped it around. Oh, I don't know. That, if the eye's that black, that should be what gets... Anyway, of course, it's doll's eyes. That's the problem with this baby. It's not got a condition at all. It's just a not very good Photoshop. Right, yes, apparently they have removed the GMC. This is the when we talk about how easily people can switch their lives. Why can't I see anything on here? Let's see, can I open this up? GMC removes all references to mother from maternity document. Female-specific language has been replaced with gender-neutral terms in documents. Okay, the General Medical Council has removed all mention of mothers from a maternity document for its staff. Updated internal guidance for GMC. Basically, I'm going to stop reading now. They're going to agree that just because you're pregnant doesn't make you a mother. They're trying to flip reality on us. They really are. Gender neutral, it's not a real thing, unfortunately. If you are a man who, if you believe you're born in the wrong body, I believe you would actually be diagnosed as having a mental health issue. And no disrespect to people with mental health issues, but that is actually a diagnosis of anyone. They call it body dysmorphia or something. You believe you're in the wrong body. Absolutely impossible, however, to get your reproductive organs and whatnot switched. Just doesn't happen. You can hack off your own reproductive organs if you want, but that doesn't make you doesn't change anything. It just means you've mutilated yourself. Anyway, don't know how we quite got on that subject. It was just something I wanted to mention before we wrapped up for the night. Okay, when am I going to make my Philip Schofield video available? Yeah, this will be the last thing I do before we finish. Joker says, sold their souls. And Uncle Ben says, double plus good Duxby. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. Right, I'm going to actually bring up the live chat because I'm just going to be scheduling this now. We'll be wrapping up in the next kind of 5 minutes or so. I hope you can see the live chat actually. If I turn that off, does it help? Yeah, before we do go, I always like to post a few names of people that have supported, either ongoing support or made a one-off pledge of support to me. And let you know that before you leave tonight, if you want to have a look in the description of tonight's video, you will see some links to other places you can find me, including Patreon and Cash App. You can read my audiobook, and there's other channels where I have uploaded content. Yeah, thanks to those names on the screen now, especially Joker Man, who's turned up in tonight's live chat. Yeah, if I've missed anyone else, in fact, I am going to do a quick rundown before we go. Thanks to Uncle Ben, Jokerman, KG, Sammy Miles. Apologies for not seeing you in the live chat earlier. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Is that everyone that took part? Well, if you're watching and you want to say hi before we wrap up, this is your opportunity. I would also request if anyone wants to hit the thumbs up button on tonight's video before you leave. That is another thing that is hugely appreciated. Right, anything I missed? Jokerman says, I remember in the good old days, truthers were called woke. Yeah, that's become what I would consider certainly in the mainstream media, derogatory term now. If you're woke, are you considered... well, I don't know. Yeah, was it Uncle Ben said he watched this guy's video? Was it called, I can't remember what it called it now, The Truths or something, some rubbish like that. And yeah, and he ended up cuddling up to the leader of the Labour Party on a bed. Absolutely insane. They're easy to get sucked into. And they certainly get all the attention from the media, so it's not really kind of surprising. Okay, we are about to call it a night. Let me just see if... Alright. Yeah, I'll schedule my video for... Well, I'll just make it available now, public. So if anyone wants to hop on over, I will leave one more link to that in the live chat. As I said, this is a video which came from my backup channel, so it's not brand spanking new or anything. Phil Scoff vid. There we go. That's in the live chat. Okay, I will certainly be back before, if not before, I'll be back next Sunday. I do like to do a live stream. Not every Sunday necessarily, although I am trying to put out at least one premiere or one new video each Sunday and try and do a live stream. Also, on Thursdays as well if I have the opportunity. Okay, my throat's starting to go very dry. So yeah, thanks for tuning in this evening, and I hope you enjoy the Philip Schofield video. Okay. Right, I'll leave you listening to this bit of audio. And thank you for taking the time to tune in. Joe Command says atheists hate God. Yeah, a lot of atheists, I've always said, are just Satan worshippers. They just don't know it. And that is actually the case for a lot of people. But yeah, okay, KG says bye in the live chat. Thanks everyone who's taken the time to tune in to the live chat this evening. Without you, I would be forced to call these live streams the first sign of madness, because of course the first sign of madness is talking to yourself, and if no one's interacting in the live chat, then you are literally talking to yourself. So, and I've had live streams like that, so I do really appreciate it when you guys turn up. And that's why I try and do it regularly on a Sunday, because then at least people know when they can expect to see me. Okay, enjoy the music playing out for the next 40 odd seconds, and have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you next Sunday, if not before. God willing, of course. Okay, take care, good night.